Next, see why this former hacker might be the best thing to happen to this show since we moved to an hour-and-a-half format when the Screensavers continues. Once Gear's CTO, Nir Zuk, I believe it will be Chief Technology Officer, has become a familiar sight here at the Screensavers.com, or the Screensavers as we call it on air. He helped us understand how firewalls work and, just as important, what to look for when you're picking a firewall to protect your home's internet connection. You know what, we've got him back again. This time we're going to look at how hackers are going to try to gain access to your PC or one of your PCs at work. Welcome back to the show, Nir. Now, I understand we have an unidentified, perhaps a gray hat, if we will, hacker in the building today.
Yep. We have a guy here that's going to help us a little bit doing some hacking.
Okay. I'm about to sneeze, but before I sneeze, black hats versus white hats.
Yeah, a black hat hacker is basically a hacker that tries to break into a machine, cause damage, be as malicious as they can.
Okay.
A white hat hacker is a guy that's breaking into machines to find bugs, report them, so other people can defend themselves.
So we got the basic cowboy imagery. The black hats, the guys in the black hats are the bad guys. The guy in the white hats are the good guys.
Yep, exactly. And what we have here is a white hat hacker that's going to show us how to break into machines so we can know what we need to protect against and know how to protect against.
Very cool. We're also protecting his identity, apparently. So basically what you're saying, if a firewall is improperly set up, it might even be more of a security concern than if you have no firewall at all.
Yeah, that's correct. If you have no firewall at all, at least you know that you're not secure and you will be watching your steps. If you have a firewall and it's misconfigured, then you're probably going to be sure that you are okay when you're not okay and you're going to get hacked.
Okay, so what's the first step when a hacker is trying to track my system down?
So the first step a hacker would do to break into your system is the same thing that a car thief would do.
Okay.
It's basically check which cars are unlocked. So what a hacker would do is run something we call a port scan, which basically tries to open each and every port on your network to see which one is responding and which one is not. So they'll know what's running on the network, so they know what they can break into.
So I understand we actually have him. He's running a port scanner right now.
Yeah, so right now if we go to the hacker machine, he's going to run a port scan. He's going to use a program called Nmap, which is a public domain or basically an open source program that can be found on www.insecure.org. That's a cool name for a website. And that program basically will scan the machine that we have over here, which is a basic Windows 2000 professional setup for open ports.
So if we show that again, that picture off the hacker machine again, what we're going to see is actual list of the ports, 7, 9, 13, 17, 19, 21, FTP is open. Boy.
Yep. Most of these ports actually should be closed. There's no reason for them to be open. Actually, the most dangerous ports that are open over there are 135 and 137, I believe. 139. And these are the Windows ports that allow basically the hacker to connect to my machine and mount files, grab files, put files on my machine and stuff like that.
Which begs the question, are we running a firewall on this Windows 2000
We're not running
machine?
a firewall on this Windows 2000 machine. It's completely open right now.
So it's a naked Windows machine. What is the hacker going to do next?
So the next thing the hacker is going to do is to run a program called Nessus. And Nessus is also an open source product, and that's a vulnerability scanner. It goes through your network and looks for vulnerabilities on your network. You can find it at www.nessus.org. And what you can see there on the hacker machine is that the system found out that we have a file system shared, that my C drive is shared on this machine without any password protection.
So basically the C drive is naked and in the woods, as it were.
That's correct. So, you know, it might be that I opened it so my friends can put MP3 files on it, or so that I can share MP3 files with my friends, and that you will soon see was not a good thing to do. Because the next thing the hacker is going to do
is do something naughty, or at least look around.
So they're going to look around, grab all my files, maybe delete my boot.ini file so I won't be able to boot the machine anymore. But I think this hacker this time is just going to place some file on my startup menu. So if we go to the startup menu on our machine
what we have here is a pre-arranged malicious hack.
Then you'll see that right now there's nothing right now really on the startup besides an FTP server. And if we go there again in a few seconds, once the hacker tries to hack into the machine, it's going to take probably a while for him to hack into it. It will be placing a virus or a worm on my startup menu.
What was that? We just showed somebody else's desktop, I think, on the back here. Let's actually show the Windows 2000 machine in front of us here again.
So again, let's go to the startup directory over here on our machine, and you will see that in our startup directory, let's do it again, we have a pretty empty startup directory, which startup things you want to start, real audio, Node and stuff like that, and hopefully pretty soon our hacker will be able to hack into the machine.
I think we just noticed I think he actually might have popped into a different IP address on our network.
That might be.
Well, the first thing is actually they have to find an IP address for your system.
Yeah, so they have to find IP address on the network. So what they do for that basically is they run what we call random scans, where they just pick up a random IP address, scan it.
Right.
A robot basically does it. They have robots doing it for them, those hackers.
That's equivalent of finding a car lot, I guess.
Yeah, but this is doing it more automatically than actually going to the parking lot and looking for it.
Okay.
So they scan the entire internet for machines that are available to be hacked into. And once they find something like that, automatically they'll go and hack into it.
Well, as he's basically inserting some naughty files inside of our system, what can we do to keep our in this case, this is a Windows 2000. We think of this as being a secure operating system, but obviously we've managed to lay it open. What should we do to prevent people from accessing our system?
So the first thing you want to do is to turn off any unneeded services.
Okay.
You want to go to the services, the control panel services, and turn off everything you don't need. You don't need an FTP server, turn it off. You don't need the web server, turn it off. Make sure that those things that you need have proper access control on them. Make sure you have passwords. You know, don't give your friends free access to your MP3 files. Make sure that you have at least passwords on them.
Okay.
And so on.
That's for Windows. For Windows 98, is it probably easier to just run a firewall in that case? Or?
In any case, it's easier to run a firewall if you know how to run it. And, you know, hopefully in the future show we'll be able to show how you can configure a firewall to run correctly. Of course, a firewall is something that will take you to the next level of protecting yourself and make sure that even if you make a configuration mistake on your Windows 2000 machine or whatever machine you have, so you will still be protected. You have an extra layer of protection.
We want our firewall, and behind our firewall we want a secure machine, and even behind our secure machine we want to make sure we don't leave drives open and all that good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Very cool. Folks, if that
by the way, here's the file. We just placed back orifice, which is a well-known worm on my startup menu.
Cult of the Dead Cow returns once again.
Yep. Cool.
You've just showed folks probably the first time live hacking on national or television, actually hacking on live national television. Back orifice allows someone to get what, complete control of your system remotely?
Yeah, the next time I reboot my machine and back orifice will run, the hacker here will have full control of my machine. They'll be able to do whatever they want on it.
Including open and close the CD-ROM drive door, because there's 6 sick little people that wrote that one. It's good stuff. Folks, if this little demonstration scared you into taking a little action, then visit thescreensavers.com. You're going to find Nir's write-up on how hackers attack and how to set up your firewall to start them. Good stuff, Nir. Thank you very much for coming by again. And thank you to our nameless hacker in the corner. Folks, stay